two, one. Oh my gosh, I actually got the timing right. Yes. Hello. Hi, everyone. Magda here from Coacharia. Today, you'll be seeing a lot of me because I've got 3 different sessions with our amazing, amazing speakers from Awake, Aware, Arise, and a webinar, and probably something else I'm forgetting, which I'll get reminded the last minute. But it's fun. So today, this morning for me, hi everyone, if it's evening, good evening. I am here with Niraja and Sneha Ganesh, who are a mother-daughter power duo. I was going to say kicking ass and taking names, but then I thought it was inappropriate, but then I just said it again. So they're kicking ass and taking names. They happen to be speaking next week at the very beginning of Awake, Aware, Arise, which is our free global event where we're going to have 3 sessions every single day, Monday through Thursday, from September 21st through October 22nd. Actually, I got the date wrong down there, but the start date is correct, September 21st. We start on Monday. We're doing a follow the sun schedule, so no matter where you are in the world, you'll have at least 2 sessions every single day that you can attend. And I believe that these 2 lovely ladies who are here with me today, their session happens to be in like the most everybody friendly time zone because they are amazing and awesome. And they will tell you a bit about themselves, but I just want to say something because I got introduced to Niraja through someone who works at Coacharia, through Smita. And it's just so cool. First, Smita told me about Niraja and how amazing she is and how much work she's done for people, but for women especially, and how inspirational she is. And then I spoke to her and I was like, oh my gosh, like Smita undersold you because you're even better than I thought. And then I interviewed her for my Wonder Women series. And again, I'm like, holy crap, good job. And then she's like, oh, you should meet my daughter, Sneha. I'm like, yeah, of course I will. And then I met Sneha and I was like, wow, I wish I was 1/10 as clever and amazing as you are at your age now. Back when I was, in my youth of late teens, early 20s. So anyway, I just wanted to say these ladies are phenomenal and amazing and wonderful. And I cannot wait to hear their session next week, but also what they will tell us about their preview today. So I will stop talking. Ladies, tell us who you are, where you are, when your session is, what are you talking about? Tell us everything.
Sure. So my name is Neeraja Ganesh, and as Magda already said, I am mother to Sneha Ganesh. So she will introduce herself. Professionally, I work at a college here in Bangalore in India. I manage the relationships between the industry and academia so that we are able to build a curriculum that is more relevant to the current needs of the industry, so that students who graduate out are not left, wondering what did I study, because that's not what I came to work for. Beyond which, I do a lot of freelance work, especially in the gender space, do a lot of leadership trainings and workshops, do a lot of pro bono work in terms of mentoring women, young girls, underprivileged girls, and that kind of keeps me busy beyond actually looking after Sneha. She'll tell me whether I do that or not. And our session is on the 22nd of September. It is at 7:30 p.m. IST. So, I think it's 2 p.m. GMT. So people can kind of convert it to their time zones, and please to come and watch it, because what are we going to speak about? Magda, you introduced me so powerfully. And everyone who comes and either hears me speak at some conference or some talk that I give comes and says, you're so inspiring, and then they say, I look up to you, you're my role model, and I wish to follow your footsteps and achieve what you have achieved. Now, I'm not going to minimalize my achievements, because that's another thing that women always do. I will be modest enough and accept what I have achieved, but the point is that when I think back, I was also, similar to many young girls, and many women who've kind of grown up to where I am today. had the same kind of challenges, had similar inhibitions, internal kind of confidence gaps. Externally, there were enough and more things that one had to battle. But I did it. That's the message that I do want to leave. And then the second thing that happens always, and not now, but throughout Sneha's growing up, is whenever people see her, meet her, they say, "Oh, you've got a daughter who's very different to the rest. She seems to be very mature for her age, so responsible and proactive, and almost like a leader." And I think, so what did I do different in bringing her up? Or what has she done very differently? And all these reflections make me think that we are similar to majority of all the girls and women out there in the globe. I may be in India and you are in Chicago and somebody else is elsewhere. Of course, each of us might come from a particular a position of privilege. Like, for example, I think we were very privileged to get educated, and that might not be a privilege that's there for many girls. But beyond that, I think the struggles are same. And if we could do it, then we believe that every other girl can do it. And that's what we want to kind of showcase through our session. We want to story tell about our life, personal and professional, compare and contrast with Sneha's life and my life, and leave out some powerful messages so that the young girls and women of today can kind of imbibe some of that and move on in their lives and achieve and go beyond what I have achieved. That's what the story is going to be. So Sneha, what do you have in mind for 22nd?
So firstly, let me just give myself a tiny introduction to everyone watching. I'm Sneha Ganesh, and as mom mentioned, Neeraja Ganesh is my mom. And I am a first-year undergrad student studying math, statistics, and computer science from Christ University in Bangalore. I love talking, so I am an avid public speaker, and I also debate. Apart from this, I love writing, and I have one published book to my name, and I'm currently working on my second book as well. I also do blogging. So now coming to what is going to happen in this session. That's what everyone's waiting for, right? So as mom mentioned, people have come to her and told her that, yeah, Sneha's a little different, and that's true. But it's not just to her. They've come and told me as well. And well, the different is a very nice way to put it. People have come and told me, you know what, you're actually a little weird. Or probably they've come and told me, you're a little abnormal. I mean, you're not like everybody else. And that's surely got me thinking. I mean, why am I different? Why am I not like the others? What is this that's making me so-called abnormal or weird? And as I thought about that, that's when I realized that why is it that I am different? Why is my being like this being called out as being different? So what is it in me that's making me stand out from the other girls? I would call it the good abnormal because I don't see anything wrong in being this way. So the good abnormal. And what is it about me that is making me be like this? And that's not in the other girls and not enabling them to become this a similar version of themselves, become that successful version of themselves and go ahead in their life. So in this session, what I'm going to be talking about is reflections from my life. I'm going to be, again, storytelling, talking about incidents from my life wherein I have actually noticed that I have done something, but I have learned something. So, for example, I have learned a lot from mom. So, throughout my growing years, I have seen that she has maintained this perfect balance between her personal and her professional life, never letting that balance slide down. And for this, of course, she's had to prioritize things. At times, she has to prioritize one over the other because there is something important that she has to cater to. And as a very simple example to this, it's a little hilarious, but let me still tell you. So, you ask anyone from my school, and they will tell you that throughout my school life, I had only one dish in my lunchbox. It used to be curd rice. Every day, only one dish. Of course, the vegetable with it would vary, but still, it was only one dish. And I would complain. Being the little cranky me that I was, I would complain because all my friends had such exotic variety. It looked like it was coming straight out of a restaurant menu. And I was like, why do I have only this one dish and everybody has so much? Everyone's mom is making so much for them. As I grew up, I realized that the reason for this was because she had prioritized certain elements over the others. She realized that me having a nutritious meal was important. But it should be nutritious, but it need not be exotic, like it's coming straight out of the restaurant menu. The time that she could spend on making some exotic dish, she could put to use elsewhere, probably for her career or in some other personal aspect. And that's what helped her grow. Similarly, looking back at my life and the things that I have done, I've realized that there are certain skill sets and certain mindsets that I have imbibed, which has helped me grow. And I'm going to be talking about these things in this session. Certain tiny elements that every girl can incorporate into her life from the very early stages, which is going to help her go forward and become the next generation leader and break that glass ceiling.
I love it. I smile when you're talking for so many reasons. One of them is I grew up in a very small village in Poland. I just turned 40, and as of like the past couple of weeks, I'm embracing my age. Still not fully, but anyway, I just turned 40, so it's been a while. But I grew up in a small village in Poland during communist rule, and when my parents immigrated to the United States, I was 12, my sister was 7. I mean, the reason they did it was to make a better life for us. They sacrificed everything so that me and my sister had opportunities that we have had. And, I know that for me, that was the first thing that led to every success that I've had. And the fact that my parents were always, you can't do it or no was not vocabulary. It was like, if I want to do something, yeah, go, just do it. Because they knew I would figure it out. And like, whether it was on purpose or by accident, I don't care because it worked and because I've always thought I could just do everything. But what I'm getting at is that, I now, with social media, I can see some of the other people that I grew up with, and especially women. And back in the day, I thought, I'm so privileged and singled out and lucky that we moved and I have the opportunities. But I see the amazing stuff that the girls that I grew up with are doing, and the girls who are my sister's age. And the whole world changed, and they've taken the opportunities that they've had, which were different than mine, and they're doing amazing things. So I truly I love how you guys are recognizing that yes, we can create opportunities, we can do anything as girls, as women, and I'm looking forward to hearing how to get started, and how the girls who don't think they can do that yet, how they can get motivated to try, because I truly believe that we all can.
Absolutely. So, I'll pick on that, Magda, for a minute. So, while there will be a lot of stories and there will be a lot of messages through those stories, one of the messages that I do wish to leave today is because the whole world tells that there is a gender gap, it's not equitable, and then women say that there aren't too many opportunities for them. I would like to say, okay, fine. I mean, there are issues. Why won't there be issues? There are issues. But are you just going to sit and complain that there aren't opportunities? Or are you going to look around and grab any small opportunity, or even go one step ahead and create those opportunities for yourselves? For example, me and Sneha being on this platform, how did we get here? So you explained how I got onto the Wonder Women Wednesday show with you, and before I knew it, I thought it was just one video recording and that would be end of it. But look at the opportunity that I probably created for myself because of the conversation, in the way I narrated my achievements. And that's another thing, right? Women should not minimalize their achievements. I'm not saying show off, a brag, but there is a way to still make yourselves visible out there, which is probably what I did during that discussion, and you felt that I need to be on this show. So, Sneha, how did you come on this show?
So, mine was an almost similar situation. So, I had this meeting with Magda as part of my role at Aspire for Her. So, at Aspire for Her, I lead alliance management. And I had this meeting with Magda because I was looking at a possible collaboration between Coach Arya and Aspire for Her. And in the course of the meeting, I, of course, as you say, not brag, but still talk about a few things that I have done. And looks like Magda really loved all that I've done, loved the way I conducted myself, loved the way I spoke. And I guess after that, the rest of it, you should tell me more. Because after my meeting with Magda, all I can remember is one day mom walks into the room and she says, Magda just emailed me saying you should also be on the conference with me and you should also be talking on the same panel. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, so that's exactly what happened. While Magda and I were talking about the topic that probably we could present at the conference, and the next email was, you know what, it would be great if Sneha and you were in it together. So I believe that Sneha created the opportunity for herself again, while it was a discussion of something else, but the way she presented, and so I have another tagline. Treat every interaction as an opportunity. You never know where it can lead you to. So women out there, girls out there, create those opportunities if you don't find them. That's a message for today. And you will hear more of this on the 22nd at 2 p.m. GMT, sorry.
GMT, yes. At Awake or Arise. I love that. And you know what? Just thinking back as well to kind of my childhood, the predominant thought back then was children should be seen, not heard. And I think my parents also always encouraged me to just speak up and speak my mind. And I love how the two of you interact. And I think what really drew me to invite Sneha was because, I spoke to you, Niraja, first, and I learned a lot and I was impressed. And then you mentioned your daughter when she was doing, I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And at her age, I'm really impressed at how she's utilizing her time. At the time, she was still waiting for her acceptance to university. So she wasn't just twiddling her thumbs, waiting around. No, she got involved in Aspire for Her, which is phenomenal. And everyone who does not know it, please just Google it now. It's an amazing organization. Aspire for Her. I'll put a link also afterwards in the chat. But I just thought that was so cool that she and you both recognized the potential that she had at her young age, and she was utilizing it. And what I want for this session is for others to see that there isn't a too young time to start being a leader. There isn't a too young a time to start supporting young people around us, whether it's our children, our neighbors, or whoever. I mean, I don't have kids, but I'm very happy to support Sneha and others like her. So yeah, I mean, as coaches, I think sometimes we get stuck in the world of, there's so much that we learn and practice, and we work with others who want to overcome something or to reach to a goal, right? And it tends to be, I'll use the word adults, even though if you're an adult too, Sneha, you're just a young adult. So what I want this session, and the reason we put it in the beginning of this conference too, is I want everybody to realize that this really is for everybody. Coaching can change lives, and changing perspectives can change lives, both in terms of in your own home with your children, but also in the systemic issues in the world around us. We just need to think a little differently, create the opportunities for ourselves and for others, and support each other and each other's good work. So I think, yeah, these two ladies are an amazing example of that. And yeah, we'll hear more from them in a few days, September 22nd. But the opening session is at this time. Yeah, this time. So 9 a.m. CST, which is 7:30 p.m. IST, which is 2 p.m. GMT. Yes, I got them all right. On Monday, where we're going to have a panel discussion. So it's going to be me and Ram and a couple of our current learners and a couple of our trainers, where we just talk about all the amazing things that we think are possible. So I hope you join us on Monday. Awakeawarearise.com is the website, and I will put links to Aspire for Her and to all the other amazing things that Neeraja and Sneha are doing in the comments afterwards. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody, and I will see you, I think, in an hour or something. Check on the YouTube live schedule, but I'll be here again very soon. Thanks, ladies.
Looking forward to 20 seconds.
See you then.
Yes.